My name is Donald Shaner, and this video presentation is on George Boole. George Boole was born November 2nd, 1815 in England into the middle to low-class family. George's father, John, was a shoemaker, an amateur scientist, and an instrument maker. George Boole, his interest in mathematics came from his need to help his father with mechanical calculations in their instrument making. At the age of 16, Boole was forced to leave school as he had to help with the finances in his family. From this point forward, Boole was almost entirely self-educated, except for the time he spent at Cambridge. Boole wrote his first mathematical paper in 1838, which led to a newfound branch of math, which is titled invariant theory. Boole's paper on invariant theory is said to be what had later inspired Einstein in some of his workings. George's paper on differential equations, which was written in 1844, earned the first gold medal of the Royal Society of London, and was later and is still used today. In 1847, George Boole put his ideas of reasoning and applying the algebra to the solution of logical problems into an essay called Mathematical Analysis of Logic. This essay led to the foundation of what is known today as Boolean algebra and propositional calculus. George's ideas expanded upon Leibniz's correlation between logic and math, and argued that logic was primarily a discipline of mathematics rather than philosophy. Later, he regarded mathematical analysis of logic as a hasty and imperfect exposition of his logical system. In 1854, George wrote an investigation of the laws of thought, which are found in the mathematical theories of logic and probabilities, and should be considered as containing his most mature statement of his views. To Boole, logic was not just a branch of mathematics, as the title of the early essay implies, but rather it was a deep analogy between symbols and algebra, and those symbols that can be made to represent logical forms and syllogisms, of which we can't keep from saying that his formal logic in mathematics restricted to the two quantities 0 and 1. Boole's idea was that logical propositions should be expressed as an algebraic equation. Manipulation of symbols in equations provides a method of logical deduction, meaning that logic can be reduced to simple algebra. Boole's zeros and ones, or true and false, are the basis on early electrical switching systems, and they're even held true in today's computers. The zeros and ones they either mean true or false, or they say send power or don't send power, which is how all electronics function, just by implementing the binary arithmetic. An example where Boolean logic can be used today is on search engines such as Google or Yahoo. I did a little example on how Boolean operators can be used when broadening or shortening your search terms. I searched for golf clubs on Google, and that instantly brought about 45 to 46 million hits. And then I later added the AND operator, the AND Boolean operator, and drivers. So I had golf clubs and drivers, which brought the hits down to about 30 million. And finally, I added a NOT operator. So my entire string I inputted in Google was golf clubs and drivers, not made by Nike. And this brought me down to about 4 million hits. Now that's still a lot, but it's definitely a lot less than the broad search of just golf clubs. Boolean logic, it's used everywhere, and it's kind of almost silly to talk about it now because we've all been using it so long, whether we know it or we don't. But to someone who's new to computers, this would it would definitely benefit them to look into it, because that will help, like I just said, it would help to broaden or widen search terms, things that we're searching for on Google. And